Hello friends, this is Vinay from ExcelChamp and Intellisoft systems. Today I want to show you how to use Microsoft's Power Query to combine the results of two different tables into a single table. Now we can do this by using a merge or a append, but we have a better method which uses the reference option. The purpose of this utility is to use the result of a query in another query without modifying the original query or its results. So this means that if you don't want to merge in the existing tables but actually create a third table, then the reference query option is the fantastic option. Let's see how this works. So here I have an Excel file, and as you can see I have a store product and quantity and another store products and quantity. Well, I am going to load them into two different tables. So to do this we will go to data and simply convert our data into a table from table. Because it's not a table, Microsoft is going to create this as a table. This is fine. And now we are into Power Query Editor. Because this data is from Paris, I would just load this query as Paris. And that's it. We will just do a close and load to the table. Only create the connection, and we can even add it to the data model so that we can see it later on. Load. As you can see, the 3 rows got loaded, and now for the same thing here we will go to data from table, create. This one will be called London, and close and load with the connection data. Now this works exactly the same way in Power Pivot and in Power BI as well. So let me go to Power Pivot to quickly look at the data, and as you can see we have Paris and London as separate tables. Now we could combine the data together in one table, but then it wouldn't look good if the Paris table contained London data or vice versa. So what we are going to do is to go back to Power Query, and I am going to right click. Now you can see we are able to reference the result of this query. So I simply click reference. We are back into Power Query. This one we can call it as our all stores query. So as you can see, it already has the data for the Paris. So now all we need to do is to go to append query and just say append query. Select append two tables. We pick the London table here, click OK, and as you can see the London data is in our all stores information. Now if I do a close and load, this data will get loaded as a single sheet, all stores. Now we did not have to pick the data again. We simply used the result of the two queries and simply loaded them. So these two queries we don't even need to load them. So we could even change them and say that we don't want to enable the load. So we can even remove this, load, continue, and so this will only become a connection. Similarly, this can also be only a connection, and the data is not loaded for the first two queries. Directly we create a third table which is all stores, which contains all the data, and now we are able to do a pivot table from the combined data even though the individual tables exist as it is and we haven't touched them. So this is a pretty useful technique. It works in Excel using Power Pivot or directly in Power BI. It's the same tool. Power Query powers Power BI as well. So I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching. All the best.